So before going to the next slide, um, can you tell me how to install Linux machine in your Windows system or in your laptop? Or how many ways are there to install Linux? Bootstable USB, okay. Then what else? Virtual machine WSL2, yes, correct. So when you say virtual machine, it means virtual boxes there, correct? For VMI, so yes. And how about AWS? Think you have to install Ubuntu in your AWS account. Yes, putty is for creating the key. Yes, but we have installed for the last lecture and then last to last lecture, we have installed Ubuntu on AWS account, EC2 instance. So for that, what is the procedure or what are the steps are there? At least give me the names of the steps. Like first क्या करते थे after logging into your AWS account, which was the first thing that we were doing in the last two practicals in AWS instance, launch instance, exactly. So in launch instance, what you are doing, you were simply searching for the Ubuntu version or the Linux version, whatever that you want for your project. Yes, correct. After that, you used to set up for the configuration. Like you used to do setup, like name is there, security groups is there, then some memory allocation is there. You used to do setup for it. In short, you are creating the infrastructure for your project or as per your project requirement. Okay, so here the word terraform, as you can see, is written over here. It's a new word for you. And what terraform is, it allows you to automate and manage your infrastructure. Okay, so in today's practical, we are going to see what is terraform, what is the life cycle, and the core concepts and terminology, like the basic concepts. And then we are going to install it on the Linux machine. Now, do you know OOP, OOP, Object Oriented Programming Language? Yes. Okay. So I hope you remember there are basic concepts of OOP. Seven basic concepts of OOPs are there. Can you just tell me which are there? Yeah, class is there. Then object, encapsulation, child, inheritance, what else? Abstraction, polymorphism. Yes. So what are these? These are the basic concept. It means what your OP revolve around these basic concepts. Transport layer, polymorphism. Yes, correct. So similarly here in this slide, Terraform. So we have some basic concepts where our Terraform revolve around these basic concepts. Okay. So we'll see one by one, and I kept all the definitions very simple and small so that you will not get confusion and you will not get complications while understanding the Terraform. So we'll go to the next slide. So first is what is infrastructure as a code. So before going to the Terraform, there is one concept called as a infrastructure as a code. Now what I'll do is I'll divide this line into two parts. First thing, infrastructure. Now, what is infrastructure for you? If somebody asks you, tell me infrastructure, then how are you going to explain that infrastructure part? Not a technical term, in your own language or in your own words. What is infrastructure? You can also give any real life examples also. Upper body of code. It means what? What is exactly that upper body of code? See, I'll ask you one basic question. Uh, Whenever you enter in some new college, okay, for the festivals, okay. and then you discuss with your friends, and then you say that yeah, the infrastructure or the campus of this college is very good. It means what you're trying to exactly say to your friends. Facilities of organization, yeah, basic structure, and what else? When you say the campus is good, yeah, the basic external structure, exactly. Like some gardens are there, the pillars are good, the designs which are there on the college campus, in the college campus or any other structures are good, they are related to your respective, for example, campus is there, so there will be a posters related to students activity, study material, like that. So similarly, map that concept over here. Here, what they say that infrastructure, but iska infrastructure we want as a code. Okay, it means in the infrastructure where we can build the infrastructure related to our project. Again, basic. One more example I would like to say. For example, I have a code, and my code is written in Java language. Okay, so for Java language, which platform is required, which platform I can run the Java language code or Java language project? Can you tell me? JDK. Yes, correct. And what else? Eclipse is also there. JRE JDK. Yes, the Eclipse software is also there. We can run the Java projects. Okay. So it means what? You know that for particular project, particular softwares or particular platforms are already available. Okay. So now ये infrastructure platforms कौन बनाते हैं? Who build this infrastructure and platform? So for that we have some tools. See, these are the tools which helps to perform the or to create the infrastructure and platform for the services. Understood? What is the infrastructure as a code? Means you create the infrastructure for your project. See, this is the definition. It's a process of managing and provisioning the complete IT infrastructure comprises both physical and virtual machine using machine readable definition files. One more example is before AWS, how we used to install Linux on our laptop. Before opening the AWS account, how we used to install the Linux or Ubuntu server on our laptop. We used to create the infrastructure for it using VMware, correct? So what we used to do, first we were used to download the virtual box, then Ubuntu, then we used to allocate the hardware resources, then software, then follow the steps and exactly, okay, everything. So what you are exactly doing, you are creating the infrastructure for your Ubuntu server. See this physical word, physically you are doing, okay. Whereas in AWS account, you created the infrastructure for the Ubuntu virtually. It means what? Only software specification were required, no hardware specification were required in the virtual machine. Understood? This is what infrastructure as code. This is the short form IA and C. Okay. It helps automate the complete data center by programming scripts. So now which tools are there? So these six tools are there in of IAC tools. One is Terraform that we are going to learn today. Second one is Shape that we are going to learn in the next practicals. Puppet is there, Ansible is there. So these first four tools, okay, are there in your syllabus. Packer and Vagrant is not there, but just have a look, see the definitions of it. Just see, have a look on this, all these tools, and note it down. In Viva, they may ask you what are the infrastructure, which tools are there as an infrastructure code. So you should be able to say it at least two, three tools along with the proper definition. So just have a look at it, read it one by one, try to understand what it says. Done? Shall I go to the next slide? Or do you need more time to read the tools, definitions of it? This is a one line statement like what it does, etc. If you need more time, then I'll wait. Shall I go to the next slide? Yes or no? Please type it in the chat box. So I'll come to know. Yes, shall I go to the next slide? I can't see any response. Am I audible to you? Shall I go to the next slide? Yes, okay. So say it like that. See, this is the definition of Terraform. What is Terraform? It is one of the most popular infrastructure as a code tool used by DevOps team to automate the infrastructure task. It is used to automate the provisioning of your cloud resources. It's an open source, cloud agnostic provisioning tool. It is developed by HashiCorp and written in Golang. Now, here in this definition, three things are very important. First one, it is a popular tool of infrastructure as a code that is used to automate the infrastructure task. Second thing, it is developed by HashiCorp and it is written in Go language. So please note it down. In Viva, you may ask this question. Terraform is which tool? Then it's developed by whom? And it is written in which language? It is written in Go language. Go is the name of the language, okay? Just like C++ and Java. So exactly Terraform allows you to automate and manage your infrastructure and your platform and services that run on the platform. It is an open source and it uses the declarative language. A declarative language means what? That you just define what you want. You need not to define any single details for the each and every stage. Terraform will figure it out the result that you want. This is what a definition of Terraform. So we'll go to the next slide. Please note down the three important points. The tool name, then it is developed by whom, and it is written in which language. I'll go to the next one. Yeah, so now we'll see the main components. In Terraform, there are two main components. First one is the first name of the component is called as the core. Now in core, there are two input sources. First one is TF config. TF stand for Terraform. It's a short form of Terraform. And config means configuration file. So what is configuration file or what is configuration? What is configuration? Settings. Okay, so configuration file means what? Settings for the system or setting of files. Exactly, where you can set the different parameters as per your project requirement. So here one subcomponents of core is TF config. Second one is a state. The state means what? It simply shows that your project is in which state. Okay, so these are the two main input sources of code. They give information to the code, and based on that, this core component, we compare the current state versus the desired state. So now what is current state and desired state? Means, for example, your project is in some the requirement for the project, okay, is some different. Or for example, Linux is there, okay, so Linux version some 2.0 is there, already there in the core component, but your for your project Linux 4 point or something new version is updated version is required. So what you will do, you will simply do the settings in your system, and then you will give them the information of this state. Now, this core component will take the information from these two input sources. He will compare two states. First one, the current state, and second one is desired state. And then he will select which state or which components or which version is suitable for your project. That is the functionality of the code. The next one, second component is the provider. Once you set up the infrastructure, okay, like जैसे हम लोग ने किया था in the last AWS account, okay, we have set up the security group, then the key name and everything, okay. So once you have done with setting the infrastructure, now it is time to give the infrastructure to the user, so that users can use the service or users can perform the services on the infrastructure. So how many providers we have? Three providers. First one is AWS, that is we are using. IaaS. Can you tell me the full form of IaaS? If you remember cloud computing, can you tell me the full form of IaaS, PaaS, and SaaS? Try to recollect the terminologies IaaS, PaaS, and SaaS. Infrastructure as a service, yes, correct. So under the category of infrastructure as a service, AWS come, okay. AWS is an example of IaaS, like that. K8s, now what is K8s stand for? What is K8s stand for? Kubernetes, exactly. So Kubernetes is an example of platform as a service, okay. And then last one is called as a SaaS, that is SaaS. It is nothing but a software as a service. And Fastly. Now, Fastly is a new term to all of you. So, what Fastly is? It's a content delivery network company which help user to view the digital content more quickly. Just like these two, SaaS is simply give you the services, so it provide the digital content services more quickly, and it's a content delivery network company. Okay, so any doubt in the architecture of Terraform? Any doubt in the architecture of Terraform? Or should I repeat it once again? You can type yes or no in the chat box. So I'll go to the next slide. Repeat. Okay. I'll try to simplify it. This is the first component of Terraform. It is called as the core. Okay. So core, even by the name, what core means, where you can actually do the settings. Okay, where you can actually create the infrastructure. Now inside this core component, two input sources are there. First one is Terraform configuration, where you can do the settings of the system, where you can configure the file, configure the system. And second one is the state. Now, what state means what? Your project or your file is exactly in which state, whether it is in running state, ready state, active state, non-active state, like that. Okay. So this core in component, he take the information from these two input sources, from config and then from state. and based on the information that he received from this, he simply find out the solution for it. Okay, so just like I said, it is called as it uses a declarative language. So declarative language means what? You just need to define what you want. That's it. And the rest of your work will be done by the Terraform. Terraform will simply give you the result as per your respective requirements. Okay, so this is the first component. Now, after creating the infrastructure, after everything is done, it is time to perform some services on it. So my second component is provider. So what provider is, here they simply give you a platforms like ISS is there, PSS and SaaS is there, where you can actually perform the project. So ISS example is AWS. Next one, Kubernetes examples of platform as a service, and third one, Fastly, example of SaaS. So again, Fastly is a content delivery network company which help users to view a digital content more quickly. That's it. Only two main components are there in the this thing Terraform architecture. Done? Understood? Shall I go to the next slide? Yes. Okay. Now, what is Terraform life cycle? So, life cycle means what? Your Terraform, they simply go from this stage to this to this to this, like that. There is never ending cycle is there. Okay. First, init. Init, you must have known. Init stand for initialization. Then you plan the state, you apply it, and then you destroy it. So, what the Terraform life cycle consists of these four phases, okay? And here are the description of the four phases. First one, Terraform init initializes the local Terraform environment, usually executed only once per session. Next one, they compare the Terraform state with the as is state and within the cloud, and then they build and display the execution plan. So now see the comparison part here comes over here. Okay, after getting information from configuration and state, the comparison part it does on the core component. Then after that they apply the execute the plan, and then last one they destroy the delete all the sources. Understood? Terraform life cycle. It's very easy. And you must have known these four terms: init, plan, apply, and destroy. See, this is the diagram. Plan, init, terraform init, plan, apply, and destroy. Now, in Viva, external may also ask you to draw the diagram or to draw the life cycle of Terraform. So this is how you are supposed to draw it. Now, there is one more thing is, see here, Terraform, T is not a capital, okay? Why? Because it's a command. So T is in a small letter. Init, plan, apply, destroy, all letters, sorry, all words are in the small letters, okay? To note it down, the architecture that in Viva he may ask you, and he will also ask you to explain what is init, means initialization, then plan, then apply and destroy. So you can refer these four lines from the previous slide. Any doubt in Terraform life cycle? You just need to remember the four life cycle of it, and by the term you can this thing you can simply give explanation like what is init, plan, apply, and destroy. So any doubt in Terraform life cycle? Yes or no? So that we go to the next slide. Yes, any doubt? No? Okay. Shall go to the next one. Okay, so now just like I was telling you, the basic concepts of OOP, like abstraction, class, objects, encapsulation, polymorphism, like that. So this there are total eight Terraform core concepts are there. First one is the variable, provider, module, and state. So what is the meaning of variable? What is variable exactly? Few lines are written over here, but I just want to know from your side what is variable. No technical definition. Whatever you know about the variable, you can simply unmute yourself or you can type it in the chat box. What is variable? Or best one, I'll give you one example. Suppose it's a component to store values. Exactly. Like A is equal to 5. This is my line. So from this expression, can you tell me which one is the variable? A is equal to 5. This is one line. So can you tell me which one is the variable? A. And it store which value? 5. Exactly. So what variable is? Variable is a component where you can store the value or any value. You can store the characters, you can store the numbers. Okay. Then next one is the provider. So provider is what we saw, this one. These are the providers. These are the examples of providers. AWS, K8s, Kubernetes, Fastly. So what provider does? They simply provide their infrastructure so that you can perform the various projects on it. Okay. The next one is the module. What is the meaning of module? What is module? Folder containing files. Okay. And what else in the simpler way? It's correct. Folder containing files. Can I say one big project is divided into small parts and that small part is called as a module? One big project or one big thing is divided into smaller parts and that smaller parts are called as the modules. Can I say? Okay. So I think you must have learned this module topic or module as a basic concept in some subject. I don't remember the subject, but here, what module is? Every Terraform configuration has at least one module, and that is called as a root module. Basically, Python. Yeah. Basically, what you do, you just divide the big thing into small parts. Small part is called as a module. And why we create the module? Just to simplify our task. That's it. That is the main or that is the main objective of the creating the module, to simplify the task. The next one, fourth one, is a state. Now here in state, have you heard, so, or have you learned the risk state or risk analyzing state, something like that? Risk assessment state, or did you learn project management subject? Project management subject. No? Okay, fine. So I'll give you two examples. One is active state and second one is inactive state. What is that? What is active state and what is inactive state? Means what it shows exactly. You can consider the example of fan button or electric button which are there at our home. So when the button is active state and when the button will be in inactive state? Yes, what is active and what is inactive? Okay, button will come in the switch statement. But what is that active inactive state? Or again, I'll take basic. Current flows is active. Yeah. Now your laptop is in active state or in inactive state? Active state. Why? Because it is working. You're performing some work on it. You're learning few things from the laptop, right? And when it will be in the inactive state, when your laptop will be in the inactive state, shut down or close. When you will shut it down or when you will close it, at that time it will be an inactive state. Okay. So why these states are important? It simply show you the status of your respective activity. Gmail is a best example. Okay. See in the Gmail on the left hand side, if you see, there are some folders are there where sent message, then outbox is there, inbox is there. So what it shows, that when you send some messages, okay, inside the send they say that yeah, the particular message is sent, means what, this is what the state of your message. And outbox is there, suppose your message is in queue, then your emails will be in the outbox. So they simply show you the status of the respective messages. Okay. So here also in Terraform, this when the infrastructure is created in a Terraform state file. Okay. So with the state file, they able to find the resources that is created previously, and they manage and update them. Okay. So based on the status, based on the state, they simply see which are the things that have previously created, and then based on that they update it. Okay. So the first four core components are there. Next one is resources, data source, plan, and apply. Now, resources we know in computer, two main resources are there: hardware, software resources. Okay, so what it simply they provide they provide the various services. Okay, and then again, virtual network is there. Each resource has its own attribute. The next one, data source where they perform read-only operation, where they allows data to fetch or compute it from the resources, but they are not managed by the Terraform. And last one is plan and apply. So once your infrastructure is created, once everything is done, then you plan what needs to be created or update or destroyed, and then you apply it. Okay. So please note it down. In Viva, they may ask you which are the Terraform core concepts. Okay. And they may expect a one line from it. Okay, so whether it is from a technical definition or from your own words, please try to explain what is variable, then what is provider, what is module state, what is resources, data source, plan, and apply. Okay, so these are the basic terminologies or basic concepts of the Terraform core concepts. Understood? Any doubt? This is what the theory is there in the experiment number 5. What is Terraform? What is the architecture, and which are the core concepts are there in Terraform? So any doubt in Terraform theory session? Any doubt in Terraform theory session? If no, so that we can move to the practical thing. Clear? Okay. See, I can understand these are the new concepts. So just whenever you get a time, no, just simply try to search it on the internet. First time you will find it out that what is going on, like what is there, what is Terraform and everything. But try to read it twice and thrice, try to see the more videos, that you will come to know that actually this is a Terraform, this is how it works, like that. Okay. So now please open AWS account and click on the launch instance, EC2 instance, and in the EC2 instance, click on the launch instance. So we'll start with the practicals, how to install Terraform. It's a very short and sweet practical is there. Just let me know once you launch the instance. Hey, I'm waiting only. Just let me know. Please let me know once you have finished in the chat box. Okay.
Ma'am, can you repeat what we have to do?
Open AWS account, then inside click on the launch instance. Go to EC2 instance first. It's the same thing that we have done in the last practicals, no? To launch instance, you simply click on the launch instance. That's it. Then you will get this screen. Done. Now in the search box, please type Amazon Linux 2. This one. This is the first one is there. Amazon Linux 2. Now two things you have to check. First one, is it free tier eligible? Yes, and 64-bit x86. This one. Main focus is on the free tier eligible. So are you getting this screen or this option Amazon Linux 2 AMI? Yes, okay. Now, okay, in Viva again, external may ask you like why Amazon Linux 2? Why not Ubuntu? Because in the last practical in the Kubernetes, we have installed the Ubuntu. Okay, so your answer is you can install any Linux server. Okay, I'm comfortable with Amazon Linux 2. That's why I'm installing this one. If you are comfortable with Ubuntu, you can install Ubuntu. Okay, then now please click on the select button. Now second is choose instance type. Since we are using the free account, so free tier eligible will be there by default. Make sure T2.micro is there. This one and free tier eligible is selected. If yes, then please click on the next configure instance detail. Take a screenshot. No, don't take a screenshot of it. You simply take a screenshot of the commands. These screenshots I'll provide you. Even the previous one is also remaining. I'll try my best to upload it by tomorrow. Okay. Now next one, configure instance detail. Don't write anything
Ma'am,
over
I am unable to find Amazon Linux 2.
this one.
Yes, ma'am.
So can you just go back again, refresh it, launch instant, and simply type Amazon Linux 2 or Linux 1, Linux 2. Just let me know.
Ma'am, from where do we have to launch the instance?
From EC2, go to EC2 instance. Okay, just wait a minute. I'll share this tab. Just wait a minute. Okay, so is it visible? This screen?
Yes, ma'am.
So see here, launch instance. Click on it. See, first one is Amazon. This one. This is the first one. You need not to search Amazon Linux to AMI and then click on the select button. Now, are you getting? Yes or no?
I'm trying.
Okay, just let me know. Okay, so here configure instance details. Don't do anything. Keep the by default जो भी है वही. Next one, click on the add storage. You will get this screen. Again, don't do anything. Click on the add tag. Now in the add tag, that is on the fifth step, what you have to do is click on the add another tag, give key name as a name and value as a Terraform. This one. Give key and value to it and then click on the configure security.
Ma'am, after selecting the Amazon, what do we have to do in the first?
See,
Ma'am,
after uh,
after that.
make sure t2.micro is there, instance type. Click on the configure instance detail. Next, don't do anything over here. Click on the add storage. Next, again, don't do anything. Click on the add tab, that is next one. We are not changing any settings. Now here on the left hand side, there is one button, add another tab. So click on it, give name as a key name and then value as a Terraform. See here value, you can give any value. Okay, but since we are performing Terraform and it is more convenient for us to recognize which instance we are using. That's why I gave Terraform as a name. You can give any name that you want. Okay. Once it is done, please click on the next, that is configure security group. Configure security group, step number 6. Here what we have to do is we will be going with the by default settings. Okay, you just need to add one thing. Click on the add rule button and select all traffic. This one, all traffic type, source from anywhere. SSH will be there as by default. You just need to add one thing, all traffic and sources from anywhere. Yeah, I'm waiting. Okay. Make sure these two names are anywhere, source is anywhere, type is all traffic. Done. Now click on review and launch. You will get this one message. Select an existing key pair.
Ma'am, I'm getting improver instance security or security group launch wizard 2 is open to the world.
Yeah. Just then click on the next again, launch one. After that, you will get this thing. Before it, there was one step. I didn't take a screenshot of it. Done. Okay. Now, what they ask is, do you need to choose an existing pair or do you want to create a new one? If you want to create a new one, it's okay, but I'll suggest you to choose an existing key pair. Okay, so existing key pair name will already come over here. Right now, my existing key pair name is Ubuntu, this one. So please make sure you have existing key pair. Click on this right box and after that click on the launch instance. Then, okay. So now go to the scroll down and then click on the view instance and wait for a few minutes. Then you will see Terraform, your name, and instance state will be in the running. Are you getting this one? Your name and the instance state is running. If yes, then please take a screenshot and name it as experiment number 51. Yeah, it is pending. Wait for a few minutes, a few seconds, I guess. It should be done.
Ma'am, I didn't get the name as Terraform. It is simply giving as a dash.
Yeah, because you didn't add it, right? See
Yeah,
what you
ma'am.
can do. Okay, okay, see, I'll show you. You can change it. See over here. See, can you see here? There is one edit tab, name.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
So click on it and then change, give name as Terraform and then enter. Now, are you getting your instance state is in running state?
Yes, ma'am.
What about you, Anurag? Are you getting it? If yes, then please take a screenshot of it. Yeah, please take a screenshot of it and save it as experiment 5.1 or 5, like that. And I'll go to the next one. Now, the step 2 is what you have to do is, if you remember, we have downloaded PEM file, okay, and it was in the download section, okay. So what you have to do is go to the download button or download section, select the PEM file, copy it, and paste it on the desktop. I'll show you. Just wait a minute. I'll share my entire screen and then I'll show you. Now see, okay, now see, this is your download folder. Okay, this is the download folder is there. Here in the search download, simply type PEM, that is PEM file, and then you will get the PEM file. Now I have created numbers of PEM files, okay? So you must have only one PEM file. Click on it here, copy it, copy this, and paste it on the desktop. How to go back to desktop? I can't see. Now you understood, now? Paste it on the desktop. I think I can't show you my desktop, I guess.
Ma'am, you can just select the file and there you have an option send to create a shortcut on desktop.
Shortcut, no? Okay, okay. No, I just wanted to show you that I have already pasted it on the desktop, no? So please paste it on the desktop. That is the first thing. Just let me know once you are finished. Done? Okay. Now the second step. Just wait a minute. I'll share this screen. Yeah. Now the second step is copy IP address of EC2 instance. Now, where you will get the IP address of EC2 instance is, what you have to do is select the instance. Suppose this is my instance. Click on it. Scroll down. Here you will see public IPv4 address and simply copy it. Click on this button. So your IP address is copied. Just do this first step is done. Now do the second step. Go to your instance, select it and click on the public IPv4 address. Just let me know once it is done. Done? Okay. Now what you have to do is open command prompt from your Windows, that is CMD. In the search box type CMD and open it. Done? Yes or no? Then okay. Now see, type this first line, CD, that is change drive desktop, where D is capital and then slash. Please type this one, this line, and click on the enter button. You will see you are in the desktop now. Done with the first command. Change the drive, not drive, sorry, directory. Yes, okay. Now next one, type this one, SSH space dash I space ubuntu.pm. Now Ubuntu is my PEM file name. Okay, so your PEM file name will be different. If it is same, then please type the same thing. If it is different, simply type your PEM file name. Okay, and then .pem space EC2 dash user. This is by default name. Why? Because we have created EC2 instance. Next, @ and after that paste your IP address that we have just copied. No, paste it over here. Type the commands, make sure verify it, and then click on the enter button.
Ma'am, I'm getting permission denied.
No, you will be getting this message. Are you sure you want to continue this one?
Yes, ma'am, after doing yes.
After doing yes, you are not getting the.
Yes, ma'am, it is saying that the private key is open. It should not be open. So permission denied.
Because I got the same message. I paste it yes, and then they have simply. Can you just try it once again? So make sure you have copied the public IPv4 address, not the private IPv4 address, the public one.
Yes, ma'am, it is public.
Okay, can you just do it once again? Just simply close the command prompt and then do it once again, because it should work. Yeah, warning, unprotected private key file. Yes.
Yes, ma'am, same I'm also getting, and then after that there is a line permission denied.
Oops, because it should work. So, but no worries, sir. Do you know how to connect
Ma'am,
the? Huh?
ma'am, I'm getting two Amazon Linux, two AMI.
Ah, this one, no, right? Amazon Linux 2
Ma'am,
ML, right?
same, two times, ma'am.
Same.
Ma'am, same thing two times in output.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. That is not a problem. Acha, or else Anurag, what you can do is say in the last lecture how we used to connect the Ubuntu with the EC2 instances with the
Putty.
open that
Yes.
putty. Ha, these are the two ways. This is one of the way where you can simply type this command, paste your IP or this thing IP address, and then you are connecting with the Linux one, and the previous one was also one step. Can you just try with the previous one?
Okay,
With
ma'am.
open the putty server, then go to SSH, browse the PEM file like that. Or one of your friend is saying that try running CMD as an administrator. You can try his suggestions also. So what about the others? Are you getting this screen? Even if it is for 2 times, it's okay. But are you getting it? Yes. Here you will verify it. See, EC2 user IP and this address. So this address is nothing but the your public I sorry your private IPv4 address. This one. Right now I'm not. I have terminated that instance, but the private and if you see both are the same one. If yes, then please take a screenshot of it. Highlight the points. See here what we did exactly, we simply connect the EC2 instance with the Linux. पहले भी हम लोगों ने किया था with the help of Putty software, okay, where we open the Putty configuration, then browse the PEM file, then go to authentic authorization, then browse again like that. Okay, this was the first one way, and this is the second way. Like you can, if you want to do it in the one command, then you have to copy your PEM file, paste it on the desktop like this, then change the drive, and with the help of this one line, you can connect the EC2 instance. Done? So both ways are used to connect the EC2 instance. So it depends on you which one finds you easier. So you can go with one of the way. Now next one is, please type this command terraform, whereas T is capital, space dash dash version.
I'm using the putty. We have to log in as Linux or Ubuntu.
As well Linux. Try with Linux because you have
Okay.
installed Linux, no? Just try it.
Ma'am, there is a capital T.
No, it is a small t. See, terraform small t dash dash version.
With the putty, it is telling server refuse the key.
Can you try with the Ubuntu?
Same.
Same, and with the Linux also.
Yes, ma'am.
So can you do one thing? You can't type the Amazon Linux 2 no? Just wait a minute. I'll just check. Yes, if those are finished, please take a screenshot of it. You will get this error, that is Terraform command is not found. It shows that there is no Terraform in your EC2 instance. So please take a screenshot of it. Done? Okay. I'm not getting this CMT as administrator. You just simply type in the search box CMD and then you will get it. Anurag, can you share your screen?
It is working now.
Now it is working. What you did?
I tried it in another folder instead of desktop.
Okay, okay. That's good. So Sandeep, which grade error you are getting? Share your screen then.
Ma'am, the same the Anurag was getting.
Anurag, can you explain it to him? Just solve the error.
Ma'am, if it is not
I'm
working on the
also trying
desktop,
with a different folder.
I
Okay.
tried it from the folder where ubuntu.pem was downloaded.
Okay, okay. Then try to save it on the desktop
Okay,
and
I'll
then,
just try that.
haha, and then just check. Okay, so done this one. We'll go to the next one. Now, Terraform, it's not there on your EC2 instance. So what you have to do is you have to download the Terraform from the internet. So open the new tab. Please click on the or please type download Terraform. Then Terraform by HashiCorp. This is what the official site of the Terraform where you will get a standard versions of Terraform. So please click on it. Type download Terraform. First is HashiCorp. Click on it. You will get a screen. You simply scroll it down. Then for different operating system, you will get a different versions of Terraform. You can also install it on the Windows, okay? But since our practical says that you have to install it on the Linux, that is why we are installing on the Linux. Those who are using Mac, they can install it using the Mac OS, okay? Now here what we have to do is copy the link address. Since we have installed the 64-bit, please right click on this 64-bit and copy the link address. Right click on it, 64-bit, copy the link address. Don't take any screenshot of it. Just make sure if in Viva, if external asks you that from where you downloaded the Terraform. So from the official site, that is from HashiCorp, from this site, we have downloaded the Terraform. Done with the link address, copying the link address. Yes or no? Yes, okay. Now what you have to do is go back to the terminal. Here, type wget. First, type wget and paste that link. See, you can see over here, wget, paste that link, and then please click on the enter button. Repeat, okay. See, first, click on the Terraform HashiCorp, that is the official site from where you will get a standard versions of Terraform. Now here you will see the pages. Just scroll it down and then search for the Linux operating system. Now inside the Linux operating system, 32-bit, 64-bit is there. Since we have installed 64-bit, that is why we are going to install the Terraform which is support the 64-bit. So please right click on it and copy the link address. Right click, copy the link address. Then next, here, go back to the command prompt, type wget, this is the command, and then paste the link, this one, that is zip file is there, and then click on the enter button. Then you will get connecting to release and this and that 100%, and after that you will see a zip file, this one. So are you getting this screen? If yes, then please take a screenshot, highlight this command, and then save it. Then now here in Viva, they may ask you what is wget command. So wget command is used to download the files from the different server. That's it. Just like you click on the download button, no, here this wget command, it works as a downloading file. So which file you want to download, then here I have pasted the link. This file I have to download, so he will download the file for you. Okay, so are you getting this one? Now next is, click on the, sorry, type ls stand for list. Ls is nothing but a list. It will list down the sub parts which is there in the file. When you enter the list, see ls, you will see a zip file over here. Are you getting this zip file? Yes or no? Yes. Okay. Now see, again, for confusing, for in Viva, external may ask you, okay, why do you need to type ls? Because if you can see here, zip file is already mentioned over here. Okay, so why do you need to mention it again? So we need to unzip it. Okay, that is why ls command is there. Ls command shows that this is a zip file, and to unzip the command, unzip that zip file, we have a different command. Okay, please take a screenshot, highlight this ls and highlight this zip file and save it. Again, I'm repeating, ls is nothing but listing down the files. Right now here only one file is there. Suppose the 2 3 files are there under the one package, then he will list down all the files. I'll go to the next slide. Now see over here, now I have to unzip the file. So for unzipping, unzip command is there, and then you have to type this one, Terraform, the zip file name. There is one shortcut I would like to say. Type this unzip, space, type one letter T, and on the keyboard on the left hand side, that is above caps lock, there is a tab button. If you press that tab button, no, the rest of the things will come automatically. Type this unzip, space, then simply type only one letter, that is T. Then on the keyboard above the caps lock button, there is a tab button. So press that tab button, the zip file, the remaining letters will come directly. Done. Enter. Click on the enter button. After that, type this command again, ls. You will see that you have successfully unzipped the file. If you see Terraform, this is in green color. It means that you have successfully unzipped the file. So are you getting these two lines? Done. Okay, so please take a screenshot. So in Viva, okay, in Viva, by seeing your screenshot, he may ask you, how will you come to know that your file has successfully unzipped it? Okay, by simply closing this command or not showing this command. How will you come to know that? Whenever you see the green file or whenever you see the file name in the green color, it means that it has successfully unzipped it. See, if you notice over here, there is no file name, like, everything is in red color and zip file is there. And here, before the zip file, Terraform is there, which is in green color. It means it has successfully unzipped it. So please take a screenshot. I'll wait for 2 3 minutes. And save it properly. So while attaching in the projects, in the experiments, it will be easy for you. Done? Okay. So, am I going fast? Like, is anybody lagging? Yes or no? So that I'll go to the next. That is the last slide, I guess. Everyone with me, right? Like, they're doing it one by one, right? So now I go to the next one. Yes. Okay. So now this is the last two commands are there. First one, now we have successfully unzip it. Okay, now we are going to store it into the local and bin folder. So how to store it? For that you have to use this command, sudo mv stand for move. Okay, so you are moving the file into this location. Terraform space dash user. Here you, if you see, the name spelling of user is usr, not a user. Okay, again slash local slash bin and slash. Type this line or type this command. Do it aram se, don't do any mistake. See the space, see the spelling of each and every word. MV stand for move. Done with the first line? Okay. Now click on the enter button and type this version. Now you have successfully installed the Terraform. Now we successfully move the Terraform. So I just want to see which version is there. So Terraform dash dash version. You will get the version and on which Linux it is installed. Then so are you getting the Terraform version v1.0.6? Yes or no? Yes, correct. Very good. So please take a screenshot, highlight this folder, this one, this command, highlight this version and the version name. So in Viva, if we ask you which command is used to move the respective file to the local bin, so you should say sudo mv, this one. And don't forget to write sudo because we are using Linux. Okay, so if you write simply mv and then terraform, then it will give you error. So since we are performing all the commands here in on Linux, so sudo is must.
Ma'am,
Huh?
ma'am, by mistakenly, I'm give the space in hyphen and version. So what I do, because my these two commands are separate, going separate.
Okay, just wait a minute. Are you getting error?
No, ma'am, can I present?
Sure, sure. Can you zoom it?
Ma'am, ma'am,
I'm listening.
ma'am, by mistakenly, I'm given the space here. Should I run this again? Then this
Run it
command,
again. Run it
ma'am,
again.
this
Terraform.
yes, ma'am. But this command and this command going separate because of this error. So can
It's
I?
okay. It's okay. Just simply type it again. Terraform space dash dash version
Okay, ma'am.
space version enter.
Yes, ma'am. Should I
That,
take a separate screenshot
no, no, no,
because
no,
I'm
it's
getting
okay,
it?
it's okay.
Which error should I take?
Obviously it shows now
Okay.
that you are performing.
Yes, ma'am.
Error means it shows that you are doing something at least.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. So done. So this is what the, just wait a minute. So this is your experiment number 5. You have successfully installed Terraform version. Have you understood what is Terraform, the life cycle, then components, and how it is installed? Is it okay? Like, is it good? Terraform versions and everything? Yes. And one more thing. Here using this one cd desktop, and we using this command, we have successfully connected these two instances. Okay, so two ways are there. One is with the putty software which you have installed, or second is with the help of ssh command. So you can go while performing the while performing practices or doing anything, you can go with either this way or the previous one. Okay, so any doubt in this practical experiment number 5, from theory to practical? Any doubt from life cycle? It's a very easy term. If you try to explore it, no, try to read it on the internet. At least one paragraph. Variables provided, so you know what it is exactly. This is also, life cycle, these components, and what is Terraform. Three main things again. It's a popular tool of which thing, it is developed by whom, and which it is written in which language, and what is infrastructure as a code. That's it. If you know each and everything, then Terraform is very easy. Done. Now, very important thing. Once you have you done with taking screenshots, right? Have you done with taking screenshots? Yes or no? Yes. Okay. So now please go to EC2 instance. I'll share it. I have already terminated my previous instance, so you will see it is nothing is there. Go to EC2 instance, click on it, instance state, and click on the terminate state. Don't forget to terminate the instance. Since we are using free account, if you don't terminate it, it will charge you. No matter how busy you are, don't forget to terminate the instance. And just simply make sure, okay, here you will get the state, this thing, instance state as terminated. Select it, then again check the instance state over here. See, right now it is running. Check it.